I should stay away from you, my precious little black soul. Nothing that I feel is true. I want to turn away. You will always make me stay. My heart's in chains. My heart's in chains. You bring my darkest days, my most twisted interjection. Since I was vanished in your name, I want to find a way. You never let me stay. My heart's in chains. My heart's in chains.
Welcome everybody to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream, we're gonna be talking about Bitcoin like we normally do. We're gonna be talking about some altcoins and some cryptocurrencies that I want to take a look at, and then we're gonna be taking a look at some of your requests here. And towards the end of the live stream, I'd like to take a look at some of my trades and maybe even do a live trade with you guys here. But yeah, we're currently looking at the price of Bitcoin at 116,300. Let me just do a quick sound check, make sure I can actually hear myself. 16,300. All right, good. I actually turned the mic on this time. That's good. That's good to see. All right. Yeah, so we're looking at the price of Bitcoin at $116,291. We actually came right into the golden pocket level here at 114,500. Maybe got a little bit front ran. Numbers don't have to be exact, but we actually came down earlier this morning to $114,700 Bitcoin. But look, we quickly bought that right up. We're now seeing Bitcoin at 116,260. And if we keep continuing getting some more positive price action here, this candle could end up turning into a hammer candle, which would indicate a price reversal. Especially on the daily time frame, it could mean that this could be the low as of now before we start going to higher prices again here for Bitcoin and crypto. The thing that I am a little bit concerned about though is that we have this yellow trend line. Let me go ahead and get rid of the moving averages for now so it cleans things up here. But we had a trend line here, right, that we've been maintaining to the upside here, and we're kind of threatening to go below that trend line, that upward trend line here. If we don't get our butts back into gear and start getting some higher prices here for Bitcoin, this could cause some people to want to click the sell button and try to avoid, staying in Bitcoin and crypto as we go to lower prices. But yeah, this uptrend line is on the verge of being violated right here. Okay, so that is the one thing that's concerning. And if Bitcoin does go to lower prices here, and we lose this golden pocket, I am still expecting us to probably visit the 110.7k level, which is the 0.5 retracement on the Fibonacci that I drew out here. Okay, and I believe that's also where the 50-day moving average is hiding out at too. Yeah, this green line here, this 50-day moving average is sitting at 110,800. If we were to go to lower prices here, guys, I would expect the 50-day moving average, those who are paying attention to that, I would expect them to start putting in their bid orders in at that area. And I would also expect the people that are using Fibonacci, like myself, to be putting in bid orders in at the 0.5 retracement and seeing if you can scoop up some $110,000 Bitcoin. In this case, the exact number would be 110,700 or 110,800. I think in that area you might see some good support there for Bitcoin, because you got some confluence. You got the 50-day moving average agreeing with the 0.5 retracement here, that we could get some support at that level. Looking back, let's see, has there been any price action at that level? Not really, but we do know that the 112k level was a level back here in May that we actually got a bounce off of, right? Because we had this 112k area. I'll just mark this off on the chart here, because that was an important area that we got a bounce off of here back in August 2nd. Yeah, we came down 112,000. We actually came a little bit below that on August 3rd, just $100 shy of that. But that's also another important level for us to pay attention to here. So I think if you're really trying to scoop up some relatively cheap Bitcoin, you can start putting in your orders in between like $110,000 to $112,000 Bitcoin might be a sweet spot if we actually go that low. Okay, but right now the word of today is that the Fibonacci has been respected here at the 0.65 retracement, $114,500 Bitcoin. We didn't exactly come down to that. The numbers don't have to be exact. And then there's also a little bit of front running. Some traders and investors are like, oh, I see it come right down into that golden pocket level. Let me go buy some now. I don't know if I'm going to get my order filled in, to buy Bitcoin. So I might as well buy it at $114,700. And that's probably what happened this morning. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame so we can see when exactly we actually hit that number here. Looks like we came down to 114,700 5 o'clock in the morning while I was sleeping, and while most other people were probably sleeping as well. Here in the United States is where they dropped the price down to that number. kind of almost got a retest of that here at 7 a.m. right? So you can kind of count this as like a double bottom on these wicks here, and now we're getting sent back up to higher prices here for Bitcoin. Now if I go into the RSI here, you can see that we are starting to get a little bit of a bullish divergence here on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that we're making higher lows now here after making lower lows on the price. You also got a green dot that came in that says that you should have been buying Bitcoin at 4 o'clock in the morning if you were up that early. All right. And also on the MACD, you can see that the selling pressure here is dying down on the 1 hour time frame, and now you're actually getting some green candles showing up that there's buying pressure coming in on the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. So it seems as though like every time we go to bed, guys, that's like the best time to buy Bitcoin. If you can put your buy limit orders in before you go to bed, you might actually get filled at a lower price, because it seems like that's what they always do. They always try to take the price of Bitcoin down, and it makes sense. There's no one really paying attention. No one's really buying while the United States is sleeping. And then when the United States wakes up, that's when we actually start, buying up our Bitcoin at lower prices here. So that seems to be what we got for today. Let me zoom back out to the daily time frame here. I would like to see Bitcoin try to reclaim the 0.786 retracement, $117,900 Bitcoin. Hopefully we can get that today. If not, maybe tomorrow. I'll still like that. Okay. But then we got to get past this level, because it's $117,900, or some people say just $118,000 Bitcoin. It seems to be a level that we just have trouble getting past. And when we do, we're only up, we try to retest the highs here at 123K Bitcoin. But then we quickly come right back down. So that's not really sticking here. But 118,000 seems to be sticking. So I would expect Bitcoin to go back to $118,000 sooner rather than later, unless we're going to start heading to lower prices here. I'm still wondering if the 1272 fib extension level is going to play out, where we might see $130,000 Bitcoin in August. We still got what, like 13 more days left here in August, so almost a couple more weeks. We could see that number, but maybe we don't see that number until September. Okay, but that is the 1272 fib extension that we're looking for if we're gonna be bullish here on Bitcoin and see higher, new all-time highs here. All right, I see I got a couple of people in my YouTube live stream chat. I see John316. Thank you for smashing that like button. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, if you haven't. For my TikTok guys, all you gotta do is double tap that screen, and you'll be able to send me a like this way. I'm doing a TikTok stream and a YouTube live stream. Let's see, and we also got Duality C's in the chat. I see you. Good to see you guys here. You guys seem to be some of my regulars that show up around this time. I usually go live streaming between 12 to 2 p.m. on most days. Sometimes if you don't catch me early in the afternoon like that, I might actually be going live around like 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if it's not early afternoon, it's like late afternoon. It all depends on what I'm doing with my rental car business. If I need to like wash some cars here, or get the cars ready for the next guest, or someone else is coming in. It all depends, but I try to get that thing done in the morning, but sometimes it keeps me occupied in the afternoon. So if you don't see me in the early afternoons, you can find me in the late afternoons. Okay, but yeah, I appreciate you guys hitting that like button if you haven't done so already. And yeah, we're gonna move on from Bitcoin. We're gonna take a look at Ethereum. I'm actually in a leverage long on Ethereum. Let's see how Ethereum is doing, and then we'll take a look at some other cryptocurrencies. I think I want to look at Solana and Sui, and then Chainlink and Cardano as well. So if you haven't heard those cryptos, the one that you want to listen to, you put out your requests here, and then I'll take a look at it. I see CC also put in a request saying SNGX is up 100%, working with free money now, cashed out already, but still holding some price target, please. Okay, so I'll put that as one of the first requests. I want to go over some cryptos here first before I go into those requests, but I will get to that. Appreciate that request for SGNX. Yeah, where is this? Yeah, SNGX. Is that a stock by any chance, CC? If you just let me know if it's a stock or a crypto. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find it, but it helps me because I know sometimes you guys request stocks here. I can do both. Alright, so we're looking at Ethereum right now, currently trading at $4,335, down 3% today. I did have a zone here that I think is a good area to buy some Ethereum, between 3,900 and 4,200. I think the reason why I draw this out was because a few days ago, this 21 EMA was hanging at $3,900, but now the 21 EMA, this white line, is creeping up. It's now at $4,000, so you know, maybe you might be lucky enough to buy some Ethereum at $4,000. Okay, but if you're not able to, then I mean, now might be a good time to buy some Ethereum. I actually went into a leverage long on Ethereum because I can't wait for it to get down to this level. I mean, I guess I could, but I saw some things that I liked on the charts here. Let's go in the 1 hour time frame on Ethereum, and I'll pull up the oscillators here. One of the things that stuck out to me is that we did get a green buy dot. It's kind of similar to Bitcoin, where we saw you know, this green buy dot says it's okay to buy some Ethereum at like 6 o'clock in the morning here. Stochastic RSI was also pretty low, and then also the MACD on Ethereum on the 1 hour time frame, the selling pressure was dying off, and we were getting some green buying candles, buying pressure here. So I thought it was worth, you know, taking a shot here on Ethereum, in my opinion, just buying it. What I'm hoping is the lows for today, and then maybe we could carry this Ethereum trade to the 200-day moving average at 44.59, which is about 120 bucks higher than where it is right now, and I can make some money, you know, just leverage trading Ethereum right now, getting it back to that 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame is where I'm gonna target it for now. But if I'm in it for the longer term, I can also do a take profit target too, where I am targeting $4,600 Ethereum, which is the highs that we saw back here on Friday. And I also have a take profit target 3 of like $4,700, where we saw, you know, Ethereum at that level back here last Wednesday, August 13th. So I still think those are some good take profit targets. If you're entering a long here on Ethereum and you're just carrying yourself out, you could sell some at 44.50, then sell some more at 4,600, and then sell some more at 4,700 as you're taking profits on the way up. It would be nice to see if Ethereum can actually get back up to that 4,800 level here, which is, it hasn't seen yet this year. That would put it in new all-time high territory. 48, I think 48.69, or maybe it was like 48.71. But let me just zoom out here real quick. We'll see it. Back here in 2021, we saw Ethereum at 4,870, I believe. Yeah, 48.67. Okay, 48.67. That's new all-time high territory for Ethereum. There's going to be a lot of resistance at that level, but if Ethereum, right, can get past that 4,867 level, then we do have a 1618 that says that we could see Ethereum at $5,800. I think that's still coming up on deck here later on in 2025. Could happen this month, could happen next month. All right, but I think Ethereum is well on its way to that area, as long as the bull trend is intact here for crypto. Now, the other thing that I am worried about just on the daily time frame for Ethereum is that the enthusiasm in the buying is dying off here on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see on the MACD, the buying pressure is dying down, and we might start seeing some red candles here show up on the daily time frame, or we might not. It might actually just go right back to green again, and more green. Okay, if Ethereum is going to just continue being overly bullish here. So MACD doesn't really predict, you know, if we're going to have a downtrend or an uptrend. It shows you what the trend has been, and right now the buying pressure has been dying off here on the MACD, and it could signify that there might be lower prices, and we might actually get into this level here where you could buy some Ethereum at like 4,200 bucks, or anywhere between, you know, 39 or 4,200 bucks. Now, I did put my stop loss on my leverage trade at $4,200, okay, because I am kind of front running it a little bit by buying it at $4,300, okay, but that's only because I saw some good stuff on the 1 hour time frame. I'm okay with being wrong and taking a small loss if Ethereum does wants to go down to 4,200 bucks, okay. All right, moving on from Ethereum, I'll take a look at SUI, which is trying to compete up against Ethereum in the smart contract space. Let's look at the SUI, currently trading at $3.61. We did have a red dot that showed up here on Market Cipher B. This red dot came in last Friday, August 15th, saying that we might see some bad days ahead of us here for SUI, and I think we did. Yeah, well, let's see. August 15th, we saw SUI at like 388, and you know, we're kind of trading at 366, so it's not terribly bad on SUI, which is good to see, but it's just sideways trading action. We're just waiting for that green dot to show up here on Market Cipher B, showing that we are going to be bullish again on SUI. Let's look at the MACD for SUI. You can see that selling pressure was pretty significant towards the first week of August, and then it's just been kind of like flatline. We're not really getting buying pressure or selling pressure on SUI. It's just SUI's just trading sideways as of now. Okay, let me go ahead and get rid of the indicators now, and we'll just look at the moving averages and the Fibonacci here. We do have a 50-day moving average below us at $3.44. That could be an area where we catch some support for SUI. Got even more vigorous support here down here at the 200-day and 100-day, which is sitting at $3.20. That's also where the 0.5 retracement is. If you're lucky enough to get SUI at 320, I would say try to scoop some up at that area. Okay. But right now you can see that this Fibonacci is playing out to a T, because look at this. Look at this. Today's daily candle, obviously red, you know, bearish engulfing candle here. That's getting set up on SUI. But we came right down to that 618. Look at that. That yellow area, $3.52. That's literally where we came down to on SUI. So if you guys want to become better traders and kind of figure out where these hidden levels might be that you can't really see in the chart, especially if you're just using moving averages, I would suggest you guys try to become more familiar with doing Fibonacci here, because this stuff does work. And you can see today you would have been able to catch the bottom. You would have been able to catch the low for today had you put in some buy limit orders at $3.52. You would have caught this this bounce that we're getting off of the 618 Fibonacci retracement level here. And now we're kind of getting right above the golden pocket at 0.65, that 359 area. So that's good to see that the traders and professional traders and trading bots that are being used to trade SUI are actually respecting the Fibonacci levels here. And if we do continue to go up to higher prices on SUI, I would expect some resistance here at the 392 level. That's that 0.76 retracement. And then of course we'll see how SUI handles itself when it gets up to 444 here. Okay, that $4.44 level, which is what we saw back here on July 28th. I would like to see us revisit that level at some point here. Okay. But yeah, that's the downside target, upside targets for SUI. Let's move on from SUI to Solana. And then after Solana, we'll take a look at the XRP. And then I'll get into that request for CC. Thank you for making that request. Arume is asking, will Bitcoin crash below 100K? No, there's some support levels for Bitcoin to go through before it even makes it down to 100K. There should be a lot of support. You got the 50-day moving average at 110.7K. So I think Bitcoin's gonna want to defend that level first before it even makes it down to 100K. All right, here we are looking at the Solana. And we have Solana currently trading at $183. Looking at the daily time frame for Solana. Solana was nice to see that you made a higher high than what you did here back in July. Okay, but it was a slight higher high. Nothing really to write home to mom about. And that was just a candle wick high. We didn't even close above the area that we were back here in July. So that's a little bit disconcerting, in my opinion. That on August 14th we closed out that candle at $192 actually, and it ended up being a bearish candle. So I'm a little bit, on the fence about that Solana price action. Yeah, you did make a high, but it was only a candle wick high, and then you kind of closed, with a bearish candle here. And now we're heading down to lower prices here on Solana, or at least that's what it looks like. You got the 21 EMA. This moving average could act as support at $178. We almost came down to that, but looks like we got front ran a little bit. And downward targets here, if you're using just the moving averages, the 50-day moving average is sitting at 165 bucks. That should be a strong area of support, where we saw Solana getting some sideways trading price action here back in the middle of July. That could be an area where Solana gets some significant support, because that was an area that these people that bought here in July, they're just going to be at break even, so they're not going to sell. You don't have to worry about people selling on you. Unless we go below that $160 area. Then you still got a little bit more support here at the 100-day at $155 and the 200-day at 157 bucks. But yeah, moving average support wise, this is your last line of support before things get even worse for Solana. Okay. All right. Now, if using just the Fibonacci numbers here, we do have even more support here for Solana. If she does come down, we could see Solana get some support at $172. That's the 0.382 retracement. Those are your support levels for Solana, like 178, 172, and if you lose 172, then you might come down to 165. Now, upside targets, if Solana is able to keep itself from, going to lower prices and it starts going to higher prices here, then we still have a lot of resistance that I'm seeing at the 0.5 retracement, 196 bucks. Seems like we only go up above it just to come back down to it and then come down further. But we're still getting some resistance at that $196 level here. If we can get past 196 and actually use it as support instead of losing it, right, then we could probably bounce from this $196 level and actually finally make it up to this golden pocket at $219, $226 Solana. I think that is a level where we could get some more resistance for Solana. Only because just looking at previous price action, this was a level that people bought back here in December and also January of this year. And those people right there, they're probably, if they're sick and tired of being in Solana, they're gonna click the sell button just to break even at that level. Okay, so $220 Solana is my next upside target on Solana, as we continue hopefully making higher lows and also higher highs and continuing in the uptrend on Solana. All right, now we'll take a look at XRP and then we're going to look at SNGX after that. XRP, USD. So we're currently looking at XRP Ripple. Currently trading at $3.02, and the XRP Army is trying their best to defend this $3 psychological target level here. Which also happens to be a Fibonacci level here, where I drew the fib from 367 down to $1.92, and it gives me these levels to be looking out for here on the Fibonacci. And yeah, this is a level. We're at the golden pocket retracement level. We have seen XRP lose the golden pocket and come down to the 0.5 retracement, which also got defended back here in August, or the first weekend of August here. If XRP is not able to maintain the momentum to the upside here, then we might come and revisit this 0.5 retracement all over again. That's at $2.79. $2.79, and actually we came down to $2.72 on August 3rd here. But that could be a level that we have to retest just for support, just to create some more demand for XRP here, if we're not able to get that demand at this $3 level that we're currently at right now. All right. And if we're able to create more demand for XRP and XRP actually starts going to higher prices, there could be some resistance at this 329 level, that 0.76 retracement, which is, we've seen candlewicks highs get up to that level here during the middle of August here. But we want to actually stay at 329 and use it as support to launch us up to higher prices, and then maybe we might see 367 all over again like we did back here in July. And then we got the 1272 fib extension at 414. That could be some resistance. And then we got the 1618 saying that there may be more resistance at 475. That's a price target for XRP that I could see happening later on in 2025. 475, okay? And then there's even a $6 target for you. I know you XRP guys think XRP can do better than that. There is a $6.50 target, but we'll see if XRP can even... Let's first try to get past $4 and $5 before we even say $6 XRP. Alright, moving on from XRP, we're going to take a look at SNGX. Looks like it's a stock, and I see it on trading on the NASDAQ, Sologenics. And let me just check the comments here on the live chat. Oh, Broly, you asking about what's the green dots? That's a green dot is a buying dot. Means it's a good time to buy on whatever time frame you're looking at using that market cipher B indicator. That's what I was using there. All right, I'm just trying to see what other comments I had. D2 Miami is asking for render. Okay, we'll take a look at render. Thank you for that request. And let me just write down, I still need to do Cardano and Chainlink. Alright. I see BC Pork Cop is also in the YouTube live stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. Our roommate is asking me which altcoin has the potential to reach $50,000 by 2035. Well, probably the one that's closest to it, that price right now, and I think that would be Ethereum. Maybe Ethereum could get up to like $50,000 a coin 10 years from now in 2035. Alright, we're looking at Sologenics right now. This is a healthcare stock trading on the NASDAQ, currently trading at $4.80. Oh my god, no wonder you're interested in this stock. This thing is up 74% today. Okay. Alright, so it's kind of looking like one of these altcoins, right? That just out of nowhere does a surprise move to the upside. But this thing has been in a downtrend as I'm starting to become familiar with this this stock here. Looks like you've definitely seen some better days here. Oh my god, this thing has this thing going bankrupt? It looks like it's on its way to bankruptcy. You saw this thing trading as high as, wow, $750 in February of 2020. Almost 800. Yeah, it actually hit 800. See right here, 850 bucks. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, those people that are in it right now are way underwater. Okay. Wouldn't surprise me if this thing already went through a bankruptcy if it hasn't already. Okay. And you've been in the downtrend, a vicious downtrend. You got some earnings reports that came out here. Those are the letter E's down the bottom. The next earnings report looks like will be in Friday, November 7th is your next earnings report. And let me guess, you probably got an earnings report today, right? Looks like earnings report came on last Thursday, August 14th. Yeah, surprise side up to 10.87%. So they were expecting to lose money, about 92 cents a share, and they actually reported they only lost 82 cents, which is better than 92. So, I guess that was enough for people to be excited about this stock here and start buying it up. Let's see, this is July here. I guess it was some good news. They might have had like a preliminary report that came in before the earnings that says that they were doing pretty well for themselves here, or better than expected. You actually came above the 200-day moving average, then you came back to retest the 200-day moving average here on August 11th. That 200-day moving average is sitting at $2.40. And now you're kind of getting a bounce off the 200-day moving average. And then today, oh my god, you gapped up. So Thursday was the earnings report, and you went up 20% on just the earnings alone for that day. The next day on Friday, out of nowhere, you just lost 5%. And then here on Monday, we're gapping up. So I'm not a big fan of seeing big gaps here, especially on the daily time frame. You would think at some point this is probably gonna get filled up here. So we have a gap here, what, at 287? 287. We closed the day at 278 on Friday, and now here we are, we're opening it up at 380. So you have a big like $1 gap here. I think that will probably get filled at some point. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Okay, but if it doesn't, then oh well, whatever. Okay, but yeah, so you're clearly above the moving averages. You're on the beginning of what could hopefully be an uptrend. Let's see what the oscillators are looking like here. RSI on this stock was overbought here on the first week of August. Then you got that red sell dot here, August 11th, saying that you could have a few bad days. But then you got the green buy dot showing up today. So yeah, today would be a day to get in, I guess, on Sologenics. Let me see. Looks like my live stream here on TikTok is having troubles here. Let me try to fix the network here. Cancel that. Alright. And here we go. Let's see. Oh no! I lost my live stream on TikTok. I gotta go live again. Let me see if I can fix that. And we'll try this again here. Alright, so we're still looking at Sologenics here on TikTok. For my TikTok guys that are able to join the live stream here. Oh man, that sucks. I probably something with my VPN on my phone. Probably messed things up here a little bit. Anyways, we are looking at RSIs is overbought and overcooked here on Sologenics, but that doesn't mean that we can't stay overbought. We would just have to keep maintaining that upward price momentum to the upside here for Sologenics. Jeez, what can I do? I mean, I guess I could draw a Fibonacci to see where this thing could go next on fib extension level wise. If we were to continue going up to higher prices, there's a 1272 that says that $7.63 could be a level that could create resistance for us. And then we got the 1618 at $9.39. Let me just zoom out and see if those are levels that are confluent with price action, previous price action. Looks like you had some sideways trading action here at like $7 in July of 2024. So those people might want to sell to get out of this stock and just break even. And then I see even more sideways trading price action here at like $9. So yeah, $7 and $9 seems to be good price targets for the stock if you're in it. And $9 would actually be a double from where you are right now. So I think those are good levels. If you want to request this stock later on, we'll revisit to see what is done and what it's capable of doing. I would suggest that you would just say, hey Damien, let's take a look at Sologenics one more time. And we can see if it's actually going to hit those $7, $9 targets here. Alright, let me get a swig of water. Alright, ACC, yep, we're looking at Sologenics right now for you. And I think, you know, to the upside, $7 and $9, that's your 1272 fib extension and your 1618 fib extension. $9 would be a double from where you are right now, so I would suggest taking profits if you definitely doubled your money on this stock here. Because this thing is still losing money, earning per share wise. And if you're able to double your money on that stock, I would take profits, to be honest with you. But yeah, $7 is also another target to be looking for. $7.63 based on this Fibonacci that I drew just now. See, Lauren A is in the chat on my YouTube. Appreciate you coming in, Lauren. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the likes to match the amount of people that are watching the stream. I got like 6 likes on that YouTube. Let's see if we can get it up to 8 because I see there's a few people are watching. We got like 8 people watching right now. All right. Yeah, I think something happened with my VPN on my phone and TikTok. I ended up losing the connection there, but I got it back up and running here. All right, so after Sologenics, I think we said we're gonna look at Render and then Cardano and then Chainlink. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. So we'll look at Render first. All right, we have Render currently trading at $3.73 here. And wow, this is just sad to see because Render looked like it was just about getting above the 200-day moving average. This red line here acting as a bully, and that red line, that 200-day moving average, is sitting at 392. We lost that. We had that earlier yesterday, where we saw render close at 394, just above it. But this is just weak sauce here. Ugh, not good. Not good seeing render down like this. So the 200-day moving average is still acting as resistance as of now, but I'm liking the fact that most of the moving average are bunched up together. It could mean that we're about to see an explosive move, probably to the upside here for render. If we could just get above this 200-day moving average and stop using it as resistance and start using it as support. The fact that these moving averages are so close together and we're kind of in an uptrend leads me to believe that we might see some better days here for a render soon. So you're still in this uptrend. Don't lose this uptrend, or it could be bad news bears for render. Right now, if render was to continue going to low prices, we could get some support off of this high date, this last higher low that we made on the daily time frame at like $3.34. That could be an area where you can scoop up some cheaper render, but don't lose 334, because if you do, then it's probably going to come right down to the prices that we saw back here on end of June, when we saw it render down to like $2.60. That's going to hurt. Right now, I just probably put my stop loss at 330 right now. If you're in it right now, but you might get some better entries if you're not in it. You could get some better entries at like 340 or 350. See if render actually comes down to that level, and hopefully it's also respecting that uptrend. But I think if it does come to 340, yeah, you're gonna lose the uptrend that you're in, and we have to readjust the line for whatever uptrend we're actually getting here. But I think you can be cautiously optimistic on render. You can be even more optimistic once we get above this 200-day moving average, above 392. And I will quickly draw a Fibonacci here. What happened to my Fibonacci? It kind of changed the colors here on me. I lost my 6.5 and 6.18. I don't know if I like that. I like the way things were. I'm gonna have to make those adjustments later here, I guess, but not on the live stream right now. Anyways, you got the Fibonacci saying that you got the 1272 at $5.28. That could be where render wants to go later on in 2025. And then we got the 1618 at $6. There could be a $6 render later on in 2025. But just looking at these levels here, remember I did say 340 might be a good level to get in at. That's your 0.382 retracement. But I think if you lose 330, you probably don't want to be part of this this trade anymore on render. Because then you're not making higher lows anymore. You're actually violating your uptrend, if that's the case, if you go below 330. Alright, moving on from render, we'll take a look at the Cardano. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I kind of like my Fibonacci looking like this. This is the way I have been doing it. Alright. Cardano, currently trading at 90 cents. Had a pretty good past week here, where we got green candle after green candle on the daily time frame here. Now we're kind of like hanging out near the highs here at 90 cents. I think 93 cents was the high that we made back in July 21st. So we're kind of hanging out this level for now. If Cardano continues to be bullish, then we could see that $1.04 level. Did we get up to $1? Oh, we actually got up to like almost $1.02 here on Cardano. So we came close to hitting that fib extension level, that 1272. But not quite. We didn't actually, we got rejected about a couple of cents away from it. Okay. And now we're trying to retest the 93 cent level here. We actually went a little bit lower than that. We got down to like 89 cents here. But if Cardano is not able to maintain this price that it's at right now, then yeah, we got the 786 could provide some support at 85 cents. You got even better support at that golden pocket, which is their normal retracement level, down to 78 or 79 cents here on Cardano. That could be a level where you could scoop up some cheaper Cardano. It's also with a 21 EMA is showing some confluence here now. So if you're looking for some cheaper Cardano, I think 10 cents below where we are right now could be a good price to get in at. And you got some support off the 21 EMA, and you got the Fibonacci showing some support at that area as well. But I think those are your downside targets for Cardano, about 80 cents and then 85 cents. And then if Cardano continues being bullish going into later on in 2025, we still have the 1618 saying $1.18, and then we got the 2618 saying $1.58, and then a 3618 saying we could see a $2 Cardano, maybe. But you got to work through the levels here. You got to first capture and claim these levels here that are below you before you can even say you can get a $2 Cardano here. Arome is asking me a question here. Are NFTs worth investing and holding? They did have like a big craze like 4 years ago in 2021. I don't see that same kind of excitement and enthusiasm like it did 4 years ago. I would say if you're able to get it at a reasonable price and you're not using, you know, money that you need to pay for your bills, then it might be worth, you know, getting into and holding on to it, because it could come back again and become a thing here. But I think NFTs are now going to be like a novelty thing for like video gamers. They'll probably want to take advantage of the NFT aspect of crypto, where like you can get like, you know, special characters and special skins for your characters and stuff like that on the role-playing games. And I think that's where the NFT space will still stay alive and kicking here. But as far as like those Bored Ape, you know, NFTs and stuff like that, I don't know if that's gonna become a thing again. I don't know. That's as good of an opinion I can give you about that. John 316 is saying you're not selling and you're saying no Chronos. LOL. Okay. Yeah, we won't have to talk about Chronos unless you want me to talk about Chronos. And then Arome said, will HBAR and Chainlink give good returns in 2030? I can't really predict out 5 years from now, but I think those cryptocurrencies will still be around in 2030. So that's about as good as I could tell you 5 years from now. 5 years from now in cryptocurrency world is like asking like, what are the stocks going to be like 50 years from now? It's the time frames are more compressed in crypto, and crypto, a lot can happen. Like a day can feel like a week, and a week can feel like a month here compared to like stock market world. And for you to say 5 years from now, that's like asking like what's going to happen 20 years from now in stock market world. So I really can't give you a solid answer on that one. Alright, let's see what the live chat's saying here in TikTok. Alright, CC said you already did take profits, you just wanted to know. Alright, that's good to see. See that it's always good to take profits. Never wrong to take profits. Always good to pay yourself. Yes. Let's see. And you're saying, Arume, you're saying you feel like time is passing us by fast nowadays? That it seems like something might be wrong with the universe? Is that what you're trying to say? Time is going so fast, something is not right with time. Interesting. In my opinion, you know, and I felt this effect too. But what's really going on is that we're all getting older, and as we get older, we realize how much little time we have left on the world that we're living in, and you just realize that the days, weeks, and months, I mean, you got so many days, weeks, and months behind you, and years behind you. You start to realize that, yeah, you don't have that much time left on this world, and it seems like things are going faster. Yeah, I get that. Only because now you start to realize, you know, like me, myself, I'm in my 30s, so I've seen 30 plus summers and 30 plus winters. I hate seeing winter and shoveling snow, but you start to realize that you don't have that much time left on this planet. You start to become almost middle age, and you realize half your life goes by, and you better start working on your goals if you haven't already, and try to get the things that you want out of life. We're getting a little philosophical here, but yeah. Or maybe there might be something wrong with the universe. So maybe someone's messing around with the timelines. Who knows? Who knows? But anyways, yeah, I think we just talked about upside, downside targets here on Cardano. We're gonna look at the chain link now. That was a very interesting question, but yeah. You know what? They could also say you could also say that you're actually having a lot more fun now than you were, you know, last year and the year before, right? Because they say time flies when you're having fun, right? So maybe you're just having more fun now. All right, going back into cryptocurrency world here, we're looking at Chainlink currently trading at $24.90. I have drawn Fibonacci levels here for Chainlink, where I drew the fib from like $20, as that's the level that we hit here on July 21st, down to $10.90 is where we saw, you know, Chainlink at back here on June 22nd. And I still want to hold on to this fib. I can always readjust it, but I think, you know, we're still hitting the fib extension levels here. On the upside, we had a fib extension for Chainlink at 1618. That's at $26.09. We actually came up to $26.33 on Sunday. And so we came a little bit above that. And then here on Monday, we actually came up to that 1618 again, but we're not actually closing at that level. Could mean that the move up to the upside on Chainlink might be coming to an end, maybe. Don't hold me to it, okay? But the 1618 is a target that a lot of fib traders are using, and they'll probably be clicking the sell button now that they've seen that level get hit. And if we do come down, you know, we might get some support at $22.85, which is your 1272 fib extension level. But let's go into the oscillator so you can see like why Chainlink's move might actually be, you know, coming towards an end here. We did see Chainlink get up to like 71 on the RSI, which is overbought. Anything above 70 is overbought. So it's not a strong overbought, but it's still overbought. A stronger overbought level would have been like back here in July 21st when we saw Chainlink have an RSI of like 81. Okay. And then Chainlink then decided to come down to lower prices before it generated enough demand for us to go up to higher prices after that. I think the rally on Chainlink is, if it's not over, it's getting close to becoming over here. But like I said, I could be terribly wrong and proven wrong badly, and Chainlink might go to higher prices from where it is right now. Okay. Let's look at the Market Cipher B. Market Cipher B did say on Sunday was a good day to be buying. So that, you know, when you see that green buy dot come here on Market Cipher B, that free indicator for Market Cipher B, it usually means that you should get at least a few good couple of days, maybe even a good week, where this asset should go higher in price. So that's interesting to see, and that came in yesterday. Okay. So maybe the move to the upside for Chainlink is not over yet. And if Chainlink does decide to go to higher prices, then we do have the 2618 at 35 bucks. This is the next level to be looking out for here on Chainlink. I think $35. If Chainlink does go to $35, right? It is a level that we've seen back here in 2021, I believe, where we saw Chainlink trading at those prices at 35 bucks. Yeah, we got up to, if I zoom in here a little bit, you can see that we saw like $35 on Chainlink in November of 2021. So that's an area where you should consider clicking the sell button. Not financial advice. It'll never be personal financial advice because I don't know your personal situation, but that could be a level where you might want to click the sell button, because the people that bought in 2021 are probably going to click the sell button if you decide not to do it yourself. So yeah, that's a price to be looking out for Chainlink. Alright, how's my connection here doing? I just got another error message here on TikTok. Let me just check, make sure that VPN is off here. Yeah, okay. So I don't know why it's asking for my connection to be better here. But this is as good as it's going to get for now. Maybe I can try to put this thing in standby mode maybe. Alright. Okay. So yeah, upside targets for Chainlink. $35. Long-term target. $26 is a short-term target that we've already hit, but we might continue hitting it again as we show some strength here on Chainlink. And I think that's it for now, you know, like downside target, $22. Maybe we come and revisit $20 all over again on the downside. And the $20 would be where this 21 EMA, this white line, could provide support at $20 as well. Alright, so we went through SNGX, Render, Cardano, and we just finished off looking at Chainlink. Let's see. I'm gonna see. Do we have any other requests besides those coins I just went over? I want to make sure that I actually got the coins that I wanted to do here too. We already talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Sui. Yeah, we already went through the coins that I wanted to look at. Alright, and we had a little bit of interruption in my TikTok live stream. But let's see. I think we got the connection going pretty good here. Request for H-bar. Okay, we can do that. And then let's see. Do we have anything else besides H-bar? Jesus says XRP is going to $10. It might. It could probably do that this cycle. And then Algo. That's another request here. Okay, we'll take a look at Algo. And then Athena. I believe that's ENA. And let's see, CC, are you asking about Tesla stock? STLA? Or is that Tesla? Alright, I just see Trade Intuition just joined the live stream with all his viewers. I appreciate you guys coming in onto the live stream here. We're talking about crypto, but we also have some requests for some stocks here. I can do both crypto and stocks if you guys have requests for that. We just got finished looking at Chainlink, and we got some requests here for HBAR, Algo, Athena, and I believe we have a request for, oh, okay, Stellantis. Okay, so I guess we'll look at a stock as well. Hey, Steve, I see you in the chat here. Good to see you, Steve. Excuse me, guys. All right. Let me get back to work here again. All right, so we're going to look at H-bar. See what H-bar is doing. Alright, so we got H-bar currently trading at 24 cents. I got some previous chart work here on the trading view chart. And what do we got? We got H-bar respecting the golden pocket level here. This 0.65 retracement at 23 cents, 0.239 pennies. We came down to 0.238 pennies. So right around that area. I see we wick down there, but we're not gonna. It looks like we're not gonna close down to that level here. So yeah, if you're a Fibonacci trader, and I highly suggest you guys learn more about Fibonacci here. But if you're a Fibonacci trader, you would have seen that you know, this is a level to be putting in your buy limit orders here on H-bar. It was at 24 cents here. Okay, the golden pocket level and this this yellow level and this orange level here. And you wouldn't see that if you were just using moving averages. You would not be able to see that. Like if I hide this right here, okay, you'd be like, oh, what the hell? Like it came down here for no reason, and now we're going back up again. Why did it do that? And had you know about the Fibonacci, you would be like, oh, that's why it went down to that level. Okay, we got to bounce off the 0.65 retracement. that golden pocket number. Ah, now it makes sense, right? Okay, so now that we got that bounce off the 0.239 penny level here, which is the 0.65 retracement, I would expect H bar to try to make a run up to the 786 retracement. That 786 retracement, let me just zoom in here so you can see the number better. But that's at 26 cents. 26 cents could be a resistance level for H bar, mainly because it has been acting as resistance over the course of the month of August here. If we can actually flip this from resistance to support, then maybe we could see H bar actually come back up to 29 cents, 30 cents like it did here on July 27th. And then after that level, if we can flip that from resistance to support, then we got the 1272 saying that there's a 34% price target for H bar, and then there's a 1618 saying that 40 cents could be a possible price target. And 40 cents is almost a double from where you are right now. Not financial advice, but if I doubled my money in an asset, I would strongly consider clicking that sell button to take some profit. But yeah, those are your upside targets for H bar. Downside target, if we were to lose this golden pocket level at 23 cents, then we could come down. I would say we'd probably skip right through this 0.5 retracement. It would be interesting if we just bounced off that level there, but I would expect maybe come right down to the moving averages sitting below you at this 200-day moving average at 20 cents. And I think 20 cents is a strong area. That's right between the 0.382 retracement and the 0.5 retracement. It's also a psychological number. People are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy some H bar when it gets down to 20 cents. I think 20 cents is your downside target for H bar if we start losing 23 cents here. All right, I see Dylan VA's in the chat, and we got David Brumble below saying trade intuition raid. Guys, if you guys are new to the live stream, I think I see some new faces here, but guys, if you could consider joining the Meet Damien channel here and subscribing. Let me just see what my subscriber count. I think I've seen me get a couple of more subscribers here today. Whoa, wow, we're just one subscriber away from 400. If we can just get one more person to hit the sub button, I'll actually hit 400 here on YouTube. And I guess, you know, I got to give a shout out to Trade Intuition. But just finishing up here, I have put up a few more short videos here. I did a short video on Floki, a short video here on Aerodrome, and one on Chainlink. I even gave a shout out, or I highlighted a shout out that I got from Road Dog Crypto. If you guys are familiar with Road Dog Crypto, he did a good shout out towards me. But I actually need to do a shout out to my buddy Joe here, Trade Intuition, okay? Because he just brought a few more people onto my live stream here on YouTube, and I like to send some people towards his way. I don't have as many subs on my YouTube as he does, okay? But I don't know if I got somebody new here, or maybe one of my TikTok guys wants to check out YouTube. You can check out Trade Intuition. He's got a couple of thousand subscribers, and he goes live around the same time as I do, 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then Saturdays and Sundays he'll go live at like 4 p.m. Eastern time. But he's got some good content for you to consume. He goes live, as I already said, and he also does some videos here, some tutorial videos here on how to become a better trader. All right, so worth checking him out. And he also does some shorts too, right? Let's see some of his shorts. He's got a lot of his strategies up here, talking about different kind of altcoins. Also interesting for you if you're interested about trading fees. He's done a YouTube short about that as well. All right, we'll go back into cryptocurrency here. I gave out my shout out, and yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Algorand. I believe that's the one. All right, Algo. USD. I don't know if I had previous chart work on this one. I don't think I've had anybody request Algorand in the last few days and few weeks here. Yeah, I don't even have a I usually have a Fibonacci if I have previous chart work here, but I guess I'll use the VRVP on this one. All right, Algorand currently trading at 25 cents, down 4% today. It kind of doing a some bullish consolidation, staying above the 200-day moving average. Let's see. Connect. We got a little bit of a downtrend here, right? And what else? What do we got here? I guess you connect these lows here for now. So you got yourself a bullish pennant here. And for those who like to do pattern trading, which is part of trend analysis, you got yourself like the flagpole here out of your bull pennant. And if this thing does break out of this price level here, we're looking at a target here of like 42 cents, that blue number right there for Algorand. The cool thing about this is that it could also give you a target date, and this looks like that could happen around somewhere between now and September 9th, but I hate giving out prices and a target date because I'm not Miss Cleo over here. I'm not like, I don't have a crystal ball. All I got is an iPhone here. It's not a crystal ball, okay? So I can't predict the future like that, but I mean, it gives you somewhat of an idea, like price target wise and a target date. Could happen in September. We could see a 40-cent Algorand here. All right. But let's see if we can do a Fibonacci on this, right? See if that also agrees with it as well. Interesting. The 1618 says that we could get up to like 45 cents. And the 1272 says we could get up to like 39 cents. So not too far off with this this flagpole, this measured move, saying that we could get up to 42 cents. The Fibonacci says that we could get up there as well. Okay, so I think 40 cents is a possible upside target here for Algorand, just using chart pattern analysis and using Fibonacci analysis here. Okay, let's see what Algorand could do to the downside though. Okay, if it does decide to go down to lower prices on us, then we got a 0.32 at 22 cents, which looks like it's kind of confluent with this 200-day moving average. So if you're a moving average trader, you're looking for 22 cents. If you're a Fibonacci trader, you're looking for 22 cents. If you do both Fibonacci and moving averages like myself, then yeah, you're looking for that confluence at 22 cents. So I think 22 cents is your downside target on Algorand, which you could possibly get some relatively cheap Algorand at that price. It's also a level where you saw yourself get down to 22 cents here on August 2nd and August 3rd. So that's currently that's your daily high or low. You could come revisit that again, maybe do a double bottom before you then go up to higher prices and see the double bottom play out here on Algorand. So I think you know, just be on the lookout for 22 cents. You might even get front ran. Someone else might be looking at this and they might think 23 cents is good enough for them. They don't need to wait for 22 cents. They might actually start buying it up at 23 cents. Okay? But yeah, I think those are your downside targets for Algorand. And then your upside target, like I said, 40 cents is a possibility here. But first, you might get some resistance at this high that we made here on July 18th, where we saw 34 cents as a possible resistance level. If you're day trading it, I would probably aim for 34 cents, okay? Or if you're short-term swing trading it, 34 cents. But if you're in it for the long term, I think 40 cents is going to be possible here for Algorand. And I'll just throw in a little bit of extra gravy on there for you. Some little gravy for you. I put it on the VRVP here. See if the VRVP is going to agree with any of this. And it looks like the VRVP says that there's a lot of high volume here at 40 cents. Yeah, so I think 40 cents should be a level that you should strongly consider clicking that sell button if you haven't already. You got even more volume here. Well, not as much as 40 cents, but you got some volume here at like 37 cents and then also here at 34 cents. Okay, so those are some targets to the upside there for Algorand, just using the VRVP, right? Hopefully you're able to see this. I'll quickly hide this for now, but yeah, this is your VRVP is showing you Those are the high volume nodes that you're looking for right here. Yep, right here. 28 cents, 29 cents. You got another one here at 33 cents, 36 cents, some more at 40 cents. Okay. All right, let's go back. I want to make sure I got my Fibonacci still in there. And you know, I'll lock this up. You can ask me about Algorand again in the future, and we'll see if it hit these targets here. All right. Moving on from Algorand to Athena. And did I lose my music? Has it really been 2 hours in this live stream? I might have to re I might have to restart the music here. No, I just interesting. Let's see. There we go. Music back online. All right. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let me see. Let me just double check. Yeah, it should be good. All right. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Stellantis, and then we'll take a look at the Athena. So this right here is a stock. And yes, you can take technical analysis and you can use it on stock market world as well. It doesn't just have to be crypto. And that's actually where technical analysis came from, was from using stock markets, stocks. This whole looking at the charts and figuring out Fibonacci's and moving averages, that all came from some stocks, and they just brought that from stocks to crypto. So we're just doing what we normally do with stocks, and that's just analyze it using TA here. Alright, so we got Stellantis currently trading at $9.70 here, down 0.97% today. Oh man, this thing has seen better days here, huh? Some of the best days was like March of 2024. This thing was at 29, almost 30 bucks. And this is a car making company, I know that. Yeah, you've had better days here in 2018 and 2021. For some reason, you have your best days on March of 2024. And this thing kind of looks like almost like one of those old coins, right? That's just had some of his best days in 2024, and then bam, just lower highs, lower lows. I do have previous chart work from Stellantis. We had lower lows here. I think the reason why I drew this out is because I probably did see some bullish divergence. Let me just clean this up here a little bit. So yeah, there was bullish divergence here on the daily time frame that took a while to play out. Like, it started back here in September 2024. We got to the lowest low here in April 2025 here. You can see here we had the lowest low here on the RSI at 17.3 August of 2024. Then we had a higher low here at 18.66 on the RSI. So higher lows on the RSI, lower lows on price, bullish divergence. It means buyers are actually stepping in. They like the prices. Well, they like the levels that the prices are at. And yeah, let's see. Zooming in some more here on Stellantis. So you got the lowest low at 839, low of the year, April 8th of 2025 was the lowest low for Stellantis this year. Then you kind of almost had the same thing going on here on August 5th. $8.66 was another low that we made here. So you got a higher low, believe it or not. This is the beginnings of bottoming out on any asset here. In this case, this is Stellantis. So I liking what I'm seeing so far here. CC on your Stellantis stock here. You had your bullish divergence. You have what could possibly be a double bottom here. And if this is a double bottom, then that means we should not be going any lower than the double bottom. We should be seeing prices going up to higher prices. Now, why is my music kicking out? It's like my music is dying down on me again here. Let's see. Let's go back. Try to play the music back here. Hey. Is my VPN messing things up here? I might have to take the VPN off on my computer. Let me see if I can just pause it for now. Where's my music? So if you guys want to know what kind of music I've been listening to on my live stream here, it's this one, Secrets Beneath the Neon Sky, a dark and goth synthwave mix. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. And yeah, where's my music? Come on. I gotta click the refresh button on this one. Hey, let's get my music back here. Alright. Now we got some music going. Alright. Anyways, yeah, I like having music because this is pretty dry material that we're going over. And just for my own sanity, I like having a little bit of music while I'm looking at the charts. Alright, so possible double bottom here on Stellantis. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. What I want to see Stellantis do is recapture these moving averages and actually get above them. 200-day moving average would be probably the biggest one at $11.46. Do that, and I'll flip from being bearish to being bullish on this asset here. Let's see what Market Cipher B has to say. Market Cipher B did have a green buy dot come in on August 7th. So August 7th, you got that green buy dot. You got money flowing back into the asset. And I mean, the next day to actually consider taking profits would be when you see a red dot show up here on Market Cipher B. That hasn't happened yet. So this is leading me to believe that we have a few good more days here on Stellantis stock going up to higher prices here, which I mean it already has done that since August 7th here. And yeah, when you get that red dot that actually comes up, that probably means you'll have a few bad days ahead of you. So when you see that red dot coming up on Market Cipher B, that'd probably be a good day to sell your Stellantis if you're day trading it or swing trading it. Or you could just wait. Once you see that red dot come up, maybe you just add to your position because you know you're going to get a few more bad days after you get a red dot. Alright, let's see. Moving on forward here. I think going to the upside here, once you get past that 200-day moving average, there could be some more resistance at $13. $13 was a level that you were trading at all throughout October, November, December, January, February of 2025 here. And, you know, of course, 2024, end of 2024. So I think $13 is what you should be targeting for Stellantis as your first take profit target. After you get past that 200-day moving average at 11.50. I think you're just gonna have to ask me about this stock one more time in the future. But I am liking what I'm seeing. You got the bullish divergence that came in. You got the double bottom that could possibly be playing out. And now you're just trying to create higher highs and higher lows on your way to that 200-day moving average, and then also on your way to 13 bucks here. Hey, we got Road Dog Crypto in the live stream here. Let's see what Road Dog has to say. Was setting up a stream and remembered I'm live today. Oh, I appreciate you coming in. And thank you for hitting the like, Road Dog. Guys, I have another crypto YouTuber who also does live streams as well. We talked about trade intuition. And now we gotta show you guys another streamer here. Road Dog. Road Dog Crypto. And Road Dog Crypto, sometimes he goes live in the afternoons like I do. But he also goes live almost every night from what I've seen. And he does his live streams here. He's got great music. I wish I had some of his music, but he actually makes his own music, which is pretty cool too in itself. You can find him on YouTube Music. I recently subscribed to him on YouTube Music. And I think he might even have it on Spotify too. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know he does have his music out there. And another great guy who uses Fibonacci just like me, and uses the 5 moving average strategy. I have 4 moving averages, but he's got additional 5th one. I think that's like that. So going back to my moving averages here, like I got the 21 EMA, the 50 day, the 100, and the 200. I think Road Dog uses like another EMA, the 9 EMA on his, which is, you know, good one to add. I just don't want too many moving averages, and I feel like these 4 are pretty important to me, and that's why I do the 21, the 50, the 100, and the 200. All right. So yeah, that's Road Dog Crypto. Don't forget to give him a view, a like, and a subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see, have I made it to 400? I think I was like one person away from 400 subscribers. Oh wow, I actually did hit 400. Got a few more subscribers actually. Appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button. Yeah, good to see 400 finally. I finally made it above 400 on the YouTube subs here. But you guys can also find me on TikTok. If I could get this loaded up here. I got a bigger following on TikTok. Somehow that's just the way things ended up here. I went live and I've been making content on Meet Damien TikTok and Meet Damien YouTube, but it seems like I just got more of a following on TikTok as of now. But yeah, you can also see me on TikTok here, where I also go live. You can see that right now. I even put up an event that we're going live here at 12 o'clock on August 18th. And then you got most of my short form content here. Like I said, I recently did a video on Floki and Chainlink, and I did one on Aerodrome. And yeah, I got all my short form content here on TikTok. For those who want to get the content but don't have that much time. Alright, let's see. I have a request here for Omni. We'll take a look at Omni, but I also got to look at Athena. And I will do that right now. Appreciate your patience waiting for me to get through these cryptocurrency requests and chart requests. Alright, let's load it up. Alright, here we go. Athena, currently trading at 67 cents, almost 68 cents, down 4.4% today. Maybe today's just a buying opportunity. But you can see that here on the top. Actually, no, I don't know if I should use this chart. I should probably use one that has a better chart here. But right now I can see that we came down to the 21 EMA at 66 cents. That could be where traders decide to support this asset here. Let me see if I can find a better chart though. Athena on Binance should give me more data. Yeah, there we go. Better chart here. And I got another request here for Polkadot. Looks like I almost forgot. I almost missed that one. Alright, back to Athena here. Athena, yeah, 21 EMA. Looks like it's acting as support right now. And I mean, this is gonna look like almost like you have an uptrend. I mean, the 21 EMA is kind of like drawing out the uptrend here, but let me just clean this thing up for a little bit. You have a pretty steep uptrend to try to maintain here on Athena. If we continue going low prices, we'll lose this uptrend, and that might cause some more selling pressure to come in, as some traders that just use, you know, trend lines and uptrends, they might decide that they're going to get out of it because they're losing the momentum here on Athena. But if Athena does come down to lower prices here, let's go ahead and do a Fibonacci to see where it could come down to, and magically pause for a second here. And it looks like we got the 618 fib retracement level at 62 cents. That could be a level where we settle down at for Athena here. You don't really have any movement averages showing you support there. If you did come down to the moving averages, that takes you down to like the 50 and the 200 are sitting at 40 and 41 cents. That's sort of confluent here with this 0.236 retracement. So I would expect this to be the strongest support area for Athena if we do lose the price level and we come down all the way down to the moving averages. Yeah, you got 40 cents, 41 cents, and 38 cents. Might be better areas to be buying Athena if you're able to get it at those prices. Yeah. Oh, Dylan's telling me about the VPN. Things are down in certain countries here. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, downside targets on Athena, 62 cents. I think should hold. You know, if we do come down to that level. Maybe you got the sideways trading action here at like the 50-cent level. Maybe that 0.5 retracement acts as a support. I don't know if the 0.5 and 0.32 are going to be strong supports though, because this you got the stronger support here with the movement averages and this 0.236 retracements at. Now going forward, if we were to just create another higher low here and go to higher prices, let's see how we do when we get to 86 cents like we did back here on August 11th. Okay, upside target after that is the 1272 at $1.03, and then 1618 at $1.25. Is that confluent with previous price action? Looks like it is here back here in early of 2025. We saw $1.30 on Athena. So if you get up to that 1618, if you get up to like $1.30, you're almost doubling your money here with Athena. I would also consider clicking that sell button if I had some Athena myself and I doubled in price. Okay, so that's Athena. Now we'll look at Omni and then Polkadot. Alright, we got on the Omni, currently trading at $3.93, down 3.68% today. And yikes, I mean, this looks like a typical altcoin, you know? It's seen its best days when it first started trading on the exchange. And then it's been making lower highs and lower lows since then. Let me just see, you kinda had your downtrend, making lower highs like that. Are you actually getting above the downtrend? You kind of tried to do that on like July 29th here. You went up like 100% that day. Jesus, okay. In one day. And now you're kind of creating bull flags maybe on the chart pattern here. And you're bullishly consolidating. Are you going to get another leg up? Very interesting. If you do get another leg up, get above this trend line, actually use it as support instead of resistance, and you can be off to the races here on Omni. I'm a little curious to see what the RSI looks like. RSI, yeah, those days that we had seen like up 100% in one day, RSI was like 82. RSI here on July 29th at 79, but right now the RSI is at 50, so it's in neutral territory where you have the fuel in the rocket tank to go to higher prices if you're allowed to do so here. Market cipher B, you got a red dot here on August 11th, but the great thing about having a red dot is usually the next dot's going to be a green buy dot, and that should be a good day to buy Omni. Okay, now it could get a green buy dot and it could go up like 100% that day, and I don't know if you really want to be buying if it's up 100% in one day. So just keep that in mind. That will definitely give you a green buy dot. But just be on the lookout. Like you could be as you're bullishly consolidating here, right? I mean, this could be it. I mean, you could buy here, put your stop loss right below this last candlewick low at 376. And hopefully you don't get hit on the stop loss, and then you could just maybe cash this thing up to the upside on the next bull flag that it tries to create. And now that I said that, where could we get some resistance? I'm going to turn the VRVP now. Wow, if we can make it past like $5.26, the volume drops off on the VRVP and you don't get much resistance until you get to $8.50. So this thing could possibly double in price here and catch a lot of people off guard, except for the ones that are already in it. This thing could get back to $8 here. Yeah. So yeah, looks like, yeah, high volume node here at 885, almost $9. I think $13 could also be another resistance level here too. Got a little bit of high volume there, so you got a little bit of a bump at $13. So I think like $8-9 good long-term targets, and then $13, $14. Don't get too greedy, because you pretty much almost caught this thing near the bottom anyways. So that's looking good for Omni. Let me get rid of the VRVP now. Downside target on this thing, if this thing loses its momentum, you got the 200-day moving average at $3, and you got the 100 and the 50 at 271, 261. Maybe you might be lucky enough to scoop up some cheaper Omni at those prices here. But that would just kind of invalidate this whole bullish consolidation that you're doing right now. Alright, moving on from Omni to Polkadot. Alright, here we got Polkadot currently trading at $3.95. I do have previous chart work here. It looks like we're kind of trotting ourselves along, trying to maintain support at this 0.32 retracement at $3.93. Okay. If we're able to catch some bids here to the upside, then I would expect Polkadot to go up to the 200-day moving average, which is at 419, and that's also where we got the 0.5 retracement at 420. So I think 420 is still the upside target for Polkadot if you're day trading this. If you're in it for a longer swing trade, then you're trying to push this thing up to the golden pocket here at 448 and 456. And then if you really are trying to push this up to higher prices, then yeah, you're looking for the previous high here back in May at like $5.39. Okay, I think those are your swing trading, take profit target 2 and take profit target 3, right? So you're trying to push this up to 420, then we got 450, and then we're trying to see if we can push this up to 539 on Polkadot. Those are your upside targets. Downside, if we were to go to lower prices here, we're gonna see how the 0.236 retracement holds up at 358. I think this is your last line in the sand here. Okay, where you can scoop up some cheaper Polkadot at 358 and then put your stop loss right below this higher low here at 342. But if you lose 342, then I would not want to be part of this thing, because there's something wrong with Polkadot. If we're losing all this and then still losing, then you're probably going to continue to lose some more. And do you really want to stick around and see this thing go to $3 or lower? Probably not. That's why I would probably put the stop loss right below that higher daily low here at 342. Yeah. Anything lower than that, you probably don't want to be part of it. CC says there's a lot of hype around the Epic Network crypto. Is that a request? Or you want to take a look at that on the charts? We try to find it. Epic Network. And you kind of have to put USD to get the crypto. Yeah. On Binance. Alright, so we're looking at Epic Network currently trading at $2.97, up 1.78% today. Alright, what are we doing here? I can see there's you got a bull flag, and now you're kind of making another upside move up. You're making another leg up here on Epic. This thing started trading on Binance back on March of 2025 at like $2.20. Then you had some lackluster price action, and then a downtrend here. But then boom, looks like here in July you cashed in the bids here. So let me just draw a Fibonacci on that one. From 316 down to the lows here. So let's see how we do when we get back up to 316. If we can get up above 316, then I think your next target after that is going to be 1272 fib extension at $3.84. And then maybe later on in 2025, you might see a $4.70 Epic here. That's your 1618. But if we do come down to lower levels here, I think this golden pocket level could act as support. You could get some cheaper Epic at $2.29 here, which is slightly above this 21 EMA. But by the time the 21 EMA catches up and the price does come down here, it might just coincide with that golden pocket level at 220, 229. So you probably put your buy limit orders if you want to get in on this crypto. See if you get filled at this area. If this thing's going to be more bullish than that, then it might just be a shallow pullback down to the 0.786 retracement, and you might get $2.63. Could be where you're able to get filled for Epic if you're trying to buy some more of this cryptocurrency. Alright, so those are your downside, upside targets for Epic. And you saying that they have something to do with XRP? Or maybe they're partners with XRP? That's interesting. Let's look at some of my live trades, see how my trades are doing. I'm in a trade with Virtual and I think Aerodrome on Mexi Exchange. And we can see that on Virtuals, right over here, I got in at $1.22 this morning and we're now at $1.24. Currently up 30% on that trade with my 20x leverage of about 10 bucks. I think I put like $33 of margin in there. And then Aerodrome, I got in at $1.32, we're at $1.34, so I'm up like 2 cents on these trades. And another $34 margin bet, and up $9.70 here on that trade. And let's see, with Virtuals, because that's what we're looking at right now, I got in at $1.22, but I still think we could see this. I'm gonna try to be in this for the longer term if I can. Let me go into the 1 hour time frame here and try to zoom out the chart here so you got the whole screen. I am trying to take profit at $1.75 here on Virtuals. Virtuals, $1.75. It's a fib extension level. I'm sorry, it's a Fibonacci retracement level that I'm trying to target here. I don't really have that on my Mexi exchange, but I know like if I go back to TradingView and I click on Virtuals, you'll see why I'm targeting $1.75. It's the golden pocket level here. That's the level that I'm trying to get for Virtuals on my day trade here that I'm currently in profit on already. Only 2 cents, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to stay in the trade or not. Let's see. As I zoom out, let's see. So this is what my stop loss and take profit is on Virtuals. Okay. I got in at $1.22. Right now we're at $1.24. It says I could get liquidated at $1.16. But right now I got my stop loss at $1.19. I can actually move that up to $1.22. And I'll just maybe $1.22.5. Oh, and then I'll be at break even if I get it up to $1.22.5 here. But a little bit of profit at like 27 cents. But if I'm able to get this up to $1.75 on Virtuals, then I get a $289 payday on that trade. And then going down here to Aerodrome. Aerodrome, not so much of a big payday. I am targeting $1.44, which we got up to earlier this weekend. My entry on this was $1.32. Right now we're at like $1.34. I can get liquidated if we go down to $1.26. I got my stop loss at $1.27. I'll lose 27 bucks if we go down that low. But my take profit, if we do get to $1.44, I'll be able to make 60 bucks on that trade. Which is, you know, it's good, right? It's good to make some money, right? $60. That could happen later on today or tomorrow. I could get paid on that trade. If I decide to stick in the trade longer, I could probably move that take profit to a higher price here. But I don't think we ever seen Aerodrome at these high prices here. I don't know. Actually, no, I take that back. We have seen $2 Aerodrome. But if I want to get paid now, I think $1.44 is not too much to ask here. We did get up to like $1.46 here on wait, where was that? I guess, where's that date? $1.46 on August 17th, so that was yesterday. So we get right back up to $1.44. I get paid. That could happen later on today or tomorrow. So there you go, guys. Not only do I talk about trading, I actually do the trades, and I'm trying to make money on these trades as well. So that's a little bit of live trading in there. I would be probably interested in doing maybe a hedge short here. Not on Aerodrome, but like maybe on another asset that might have been, you know, I might got a little bit ahead of itself here. Because it's good to be in longs here, and it's good to see that I'm also in profit on these longs. But if the market turns, I want to take advantage of that as well with a short. I just don't know what cryptocurrency I should be shorting right now. Seems like a lot of them already got beaten up already. I guess I will look for the one that hasn't gotten beaten up the most. Let's see. XRP has not gotten beaten up. Maybe I might short XRP if the market starts to go to the downside. What's another one that hasn't really gone down that much? Maybe Chainlink. Chainlink. I actually did think I shorted Chainlink last night and got paid on that short. Maybe I decided to go back into Chainlink and shorting Chainlink again. But yeah, XRP and Chainlink look like some good shorts if the market decides to do a poopy doopy on us. Trade Intuition. Yeah, we got Trade Intuition and Road Dogg in the chat here. Good to see both of you guys in the YouTube live chat here. It's good to see everybody here. But I know you guys have your own YouTube channels, and I already gave out the shout outs to you guys earlier. And if I see another YouTuber show up, if Porky shows up, maybe I'll give him a shout out. Actually, no. I'll give Porky a shout out anyways. Why not? Even though he's not here. There's another crypto YouTuber that's also on TikTok as well. He's trying to build up his TikTok following. And that's Porky Flounder 65. I love this guy. He makes me laugh all the time without even trying. But yeah, even when he does try, he still makes me laugh. And he's usually go live like almost every day. He took a break yesterday because, you know, he literally goes live almost every day, every night. Around like 9 p.m. Eastern time is when, or 10 p.m. Eastern time is when you can see him go live. But yeah, he's got some good videos here. He likes the Pepe the Frog for his thumbnails. He's been doing that a lot. With the Bitcoin girl, and I don't know, I guess that's the Ethereum girl. Yeah, Ethereum is the blonde and Bitcoin is the brunette. But yeah, he goes live, and he doesn't do music on his live stream. So if you guys just want TA without the music, then this might be the guy for you. Okay. He also does YouTube Shorts as well. Looks like he just did one on Sui. He talked about is $150,000 Bitcoin coming. And yeah, he does a lot of all kinds of coins here on his YouTube Shorts. Kind of similar to me. I'm trying to do some more shorts as well, because I know some of you guys don't have an hour and you just want to get right to it and you want to look at your coin requests. So I do those shorts as well. But yeah, Porky Flounder, good guy to check out on. And you can also find him on TikTok as well. And you can also find Trade Intuition as well on TikTok. I know they're trying to build up their following over there. Alright, back to virtuals. Virtuals. Okay, so I did have my stop loss pretty tight, I believe, on virtuals, like $1.22. Let me take a look at that one more time. They're on Mexi Exchange. Yeah, I got my stop loss at like $1.19. And my entry was $1.22 is when I got in. Alright, so yeah, if we lose like $1.19, that means we're losing this 0.32 retracement. And maybe we might see virtuals come down to 93 cents, and that's the 0.236 retracement. And hey, you know what? This means you can get some more at lower prices, right? But I don't see much confluence with any of the moving averages at that 93 cent level here. Maybe there might be something on the 5-day or the weekly. No. No. Oh, the monthly maybe? Nope, not even. Nope. Just weird enough. 93 cents could just be a level where we get a bounce. I'm trying to see if there's any reason why we would get a bounce at 93 cents. No, there's not really that much. There's some sideways action at $1.07, but yeah, this would be very interesting if we did come down to this level, because there's really no reason why we should come down to that level. But it's there on the Fibonacci. Well, I think we're getting towards the end of this live stream. I've been live for almost 2 hours here, and I don't think I have any other requests that I haven't looked up already or done. Gene Kalix did ask a question: how do you look for new coins? A good place to start is actually coinmarketcap.com. It's a good place to do your research on your crypto coins. You know, here it will list all the top 100 coins, but they have thousands of coins here, right? On CoinMarketCap. If I just zoom all the way down, they got pages and pages. Look at this, 1 out of 100, and there's like 9,500 pages of these coins on CoinMarket. Now, if you want to just look at a specific coin, then you can type it in here. Like if you want to look up, like, I don't know, like Monero or something, XMR, you just type that in, you click on it, and it even gives you the price of that coin when it actually loads up the data. It tells you the market cap at 4.96 billion, fully diluted value, total supply, how many coins are out there. There's 18 million Moneros out there. It even gives you a chart to look at. Not as technical as TradingView, but it's a good way to figure out, you know, where sideways trading action's at, where the pumps were at, where it was dumping. You can even click out, zoom out all the way out, and you can see like all the data here from Monero. But another place I like looking at is click in the About section, and you can learn more about like what is Monero, who founded Monero, what gives Monero its value. And then over here on the left, below this market cap stuff and the supply, you can actually click on the website from Monero and the white paper and learn some more, figure out where people are talking about Monero on Twitter, Reddit, and GitHub. So there's a lot of information at your fingertips here when you use this website called coinmarketcap.com. So I would take a look at coinmarketcap.com to learn more about your cryptos here. Alright, we'll finish off on Bitcoin, see how Bitcoin's doing, and then that's going to be it for this live stream here. And if you want to catch me going live, you could probably see me again same time tomorrow. And if I'm not at the same time tomorrow, then I'm probably doing an afternoon stream, a late afternoon stream at like 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time. Alright. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at Bitcoin currently trading at $116,600. I like what I'm seeing so far in the daily time frame. I hope we keep pushing the price up to higher prices here, because this candle could end up becoming a hammer candle, right? You got the handle, and then you got the actual part of the hammer that you hit with a nail, and this is called the hammer candle. And the hammer candle is a price reversal candle, which means that we've probably seen the lows for now, and that this thing probably wants to go to higher prices after that. So that would be nice to see. That would get me excited to see here. Do not go down to low prices, because if this ends up going to low prices, then this red candle is going to become even bigger, and then that ends up just being a bearish engulfing candle, and that could send us to lower prices. And if we go to low prices, I think the support area for Bitcoin is going to be this 110.7k area, which is where the 50-day moving average is sitting at, and also that's your 0.5 retracement. Okay. that could be where we get some support for Bitcoin. But we could also get some support here at $112,000, like we did, where we bounced off and made a higher daily low here. The daily time frame, we made a higher low at 111.9k. So there could be some people trying to scoop up some cheaper Bitcoin at that area as well. I think that's going to be a good support zone between 112 and 110k. And then going forward on Bitcoin, I still think as long as we can keep the bull trend intact. Matter of fact, we're kind of on the verge of losing this uptrend. Like this yellow line that I drew back here since June 22nd. We're playing around with fire of losing this this uptrend here. But if we are able to maintain the uptrend, that's very bullish to see. We might see $123,000, $124,000 Bitcoin all over again in the month of August. And then maybe we might see that 1272 fib extension at $130,000 Bitcoin later on in August here. But even more likely, we might see that in September. So that's what I see for Bitcoin so far, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments if you're watching this video later on. And then also in the live chat here, if you guys want to just tell me if you think Bitcoin's going to $130,000 by August, just put a 1 in the chat so I know. Put a 0 if you don't think we're going to see $130,000 Bitcoin before the end of August. We still got like 13 more days left. But I think that could be a possibility here. Alright, yep, I see CC putting a 1 in the chat on TikTok here. And CC, we'll just have to look at, if you want to hold on to that thought on MYPS, I am ending the stream here. But yeah, if you want to make a request for that on the next live stream, we'll take a look at that maybe tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm going to go hit the gym, try to stay as healthy as I could possibly be, and maybe do some more trading if I can. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you decide to get into. Take care, guys.